The courtroom was silent until Judge Claire Duncan slammed her gavel and sneered. "A man like you doesn't belong here unless you're cleaning the floors." The black man standing before her didn't flinch. He just smiled. Exactly 7 minutes later, she was the one in handcuffs. It was a packed court that morning. Judge Claire Duncan, known for her harsh rulings and icy demeanor, sat high above the proceedings in her robe, looking down like royalty. Opposite her stood Marcus Williams, a calm, well-dressed black man in his early 30s, hands behind his back, confidence in his eyes. But the judge didn't care. All she saw was his skin. "You must be lost, Mr. Williams. This courtroom doesn't entertain fake lawsuits from attention seekers," she said, smirking. Laughter echoed from the gallery, but Marcus didn't laugh. He simply opened his briefcase. Marcus wasn't just anyone. He was a Harvard-educated attorney and a former FBI investigator. Years ago, his younger brother had been wrongly sentenced by Judge Duncan, despite clear evidence of his innocence. Since then, Marcus had walked away from everything and made it his life's mission to take down corrupt people like her from within. Today, he wasn't in court for a lawsuit. He was here on official business. "Let me guess, you're suing the system, crying racism again." Judge Duncan sneered, flipping through the file. Marcus replied calmly, "I'm not here for sympathy. I'm here for justice." Judge Duncan rolled her eyes. "Typical. You people always twist the law for your own benefit." The words stunned the courtroom. Marcus turned to the clerk. "Is that being recorded?" The clerk nodded slowly. Marcus smiled slightly and said, "Good." Judge Duncan leaned forward. "So, what fake case are you presenting today?" Marcus opened a sealed envelope and handed it to the bailiff. "This is a federal warrant, signed and approved this morning. It charges you, Judge Claire Duncan, with obstruction of justice, judicial misconduct, and racially motivated sentencing." She laughed out loud. "What kind of joke is this?" Then Marcus showed her his badge. "Federal Investigator, Civil Rights Division." Gasps filled the courtroom. The same people who had laughed earlier now stared in stunned silence. Judge Duncan stood up, her face turning pale. This is outrageous. You can't come into my courtroom like this." Marcus cut her off. "You forgot, Judge. This isn't your courtroom anymore." He turned to the clerk. "Call in Agent Turner." 2 federal agents walked in, and Judge Duncan stepped back, disbelief plastered across her face. "Wait, you're serious?" The agents approached the bench, and Marcus read the charges aloud. "You've wrongfully sentenced over 40 black defendants with patterns of extreme bias. You've rejected appeals without review, denied basic rights in your courtroom, and created a hostile legal environment for minorities." Judge Duncan was shaking now, her voice trembling as she stammered, "This can't be happening." Marcus replied firmly, "This is justice, Claire. You gave my brother 15 years for a crime he didn't commit. He served 10 before being exonerated. But your time is up now." The cameras clicked. News reporters flooded the hallway. Judge Duncan, once proud and powerful, was now speechless and handcuffed. She tried to plead. "I didn't know. I didn't mean." Marcus stepped forward. "You knew exactly what you were doing. Every sentence, every insult, every life you ruined." As she was escorted out, the courtroom erupted in applause. Some were former defendants, others mothers of the wrongly accused. Justice had arrived. After court, Marcus stood on the courthouse steps, looking out at the crowd. A young black boy, eyes wide with admiration, approached him and asked, "Are you a real hero?" Marcus knelt down, smiling. "I'm just someone who didn't stay silent." He pulled out a photo of his brother, smiled, and whispered, "This was for you, Darnell." Turning to the camera crew, Marcus spoke with a voice full of resolve. "To everyone watching, never let power go unchecked. Never let hate wear a robe. And if someone tells you that you don't belong, prove them wrong." He paused, then said, "I'm not a judge, but today justice was served." If this story moved you, comment "Justice wins" below. Share it with someone who believes change is impossible. It is. And if you've ever been told you're not good enough, just remember you don't need permission to fight back. You just need courage.